Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Matt Nabong with NASFight Media coming at you guys with another video. You guys already know what time it is. It's time to bring on that boxing. Today we're going to be talking about the very controversial decision that, went down not too long ago. We're approaching about a week out from the fight. Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Obviously a very entertaining fight, a very back and forth fight. A lot of people not happy with the outcome. Obviously Devin Haney won a unanimous decision. All judges had it for Devin. Everybody's upset because they feel as though Loma won, and after rewatching it, I still feel the same way. I feel like, I can't be too mad at the decision, but at the end of the day, I thought Loma edged it. I scored it 7-5 for Loma, and it really depends what you look at. Do you look at the guy who's, always coming forward, landing the cleaner shots? Do you look at the guy who's, using his jab more? Do you look at the guy who's, the ring generalship, or do you value counter punching more? That's all the stuff that, comes into play when judging a fight, and who's the aggressor, whatever the case may be. But it's a hard sport to score when you're on this level of skill where, both fighters are talented, so you're going to get a lot of swing rounds where it's back and forth. And then how do you judge those rounds that really seem dead even to you? You usually give it to the champion. So in my opinion, I'm not mad at the decision, even though I thought Loma won the fight. Because those swing rounds, obviously it seems like these judges gave it, every swing round there was, they awarded it to Devin Haney, and that's just how it is. You can't expect to get the swing rounds when you're fighting in the US, and then you're fighting against the undisputed champ. You're not the favorite, you're the underdog, and you're going into his home territory. So in my opinion, like I said before, I thought that Loma should have stepped on the gas in the 10th and 11th round, because I think that's where Devin was the most vulnerable, and when that was the moment when I really think that Loma could have, got in there and really hurt Devin, even though he already did. Devin was, out on his feet for a little bit wobbly, and he was definitely hurt, but Loma, let him recover and, didn't keep the pace on him. Obviously, he was throwing a lot of punches, so it could obviously be his gas tank, Loma's gas tank. Obviously, it's exhausting to throw that many shots, and I was still impressed with Loma's performance because I underestimated him going into this fight, not gonna lie. But he surprised me, and I really thought he won the fight. And I was somebody that, picked Devin to win the fight. And Devin, obviously, he went in that fight with a more aggressive mindset and game plan as opposed to what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing his opponent come forward and then he kind of counters and jabs off him, and his game plan depends on what his opponent's going to do, and he's so good at that, and he kind of abandoned it to fight Loma and wanted to prove that he could be aggressive, that he could walk somebody down and beat up Loma, and he had his moments where he did do that. But I just think that overall in a boxing match, I thought Loma won the fight. But that's how the sport of boxing is. It's not always a clean cut. When there are close decisions like this, you can't really do much about the outcome. It's in the hands of three people, 3 individuals, and these judges, they're not perfect, neither are we. We can't score fights. I'm not a professional boxing judge by any facet, but just scoring by the eye, and just seeing where Devin started strong, bagged a few early rounds, and then Loma kind of, for me, took over in the middle to later rounds. Took off the 12th round and the 10th round. I really thought Loma won clear, and one judge, the judge that had it, I believe 116-112 for Devin, gave that round to Devin. But that in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, was the widest round in favor of Loma. So that just goes to show, people have different opinions. People could be biased, and we don't know how corrupt the sport of boxing is. Well, we do know how corrupt it is, but you kind of hope for the best when you're in these big title fights where 4 belts are on the line, and it's an undisputed title fight. So it was a fight of big magnitude. That's why a lot of people are upset, because this was kind of Loma's last chance to get undisputed. Obviously, still a lot of big fights for Loma. I think he could fight a Shakur Stevenson. He could fight Ryan Garcia. There's still a lot of names out there for Loma to make money, but it's really up to him if he wants to go for another run. And I personally think he has a big case for the rematch, so I wouldn't be surprised if he asks for that and actually gets that rematch, because people, boxing fans are, they're going to continue to, hate on Devin and critique him and say that you didn't really win that fight against Loma, you didn't win it clearly, so you got to go rematch him if you want to prove to us that you're really undisputed, you're really that guy at 135, even though he's technically still the champ, the reigning champ. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think boxing's in a bad place? This put boxing in a really bad place, or is it just how the sport, it comes with the sport, it's not always clean cut, like I said. because that's how I feel. I feel like boxing's still a tremendous sport. It's not on the decline. You know, there are the corrupt moments where you know, there are big robberies, but I think this fight was too close to call it a robbery. Just in my opinion, I think Devin did enough to make it a close fight and, you know, ultimately win, but I thought Loma won. I personally thought Loma won, but I could see it playing out in, you know, all three results. A draw wasn't even, you know, out of my mind, out of this world, in my opinion. So it was that close of a fight. So let me know what you guys thought about the decision and what it says about boxing. So let me know in the comments. I'll be reading them all, but thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. That's going to do it for another NazFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.